Tips on maintaining health, heart, and blood cleansing. Now we are getting into it. You have blood that, that flows through your body, and it's like the Nile River. What you eat is a direct representation of how clean that Nile River is flowing through your body, which we're going to say that's circulation. If you eat junk foods, you make the blood thick. It's like polluting water. So you make your heart have to pump harder to get rid of the waste. The heart is a muscle. You need to circulate good blood that has a lot of oxygen in it, because you need oxygen for your thought process. This blood has to go through all over your body. So the good blood goes behind your eyes. So if the blood is contaminated, it's going behind your eyes, then what's going on with your eyes? You might have glaucoma. Glaucoma is a situation of having too much sugar in the blood. So it takes moisture out of it. So the key is to make sure that you keep the Nile River as clean as you can. That means drinking at least half your body weight in ounces in water. Now, we know the road that we live in, we have to go outside, you're sucking in poor pollution, all this stuff. So that's when it comes in to having good supplementation for your heart. If you take calcium, like a 1,500 to 2,000 milligram, and magnesium 750 to 1,000 milligrams, that will help normalize the blood thickness. What do I mean? Every time people eat fried chicken, or even if you're eating vegetables and you're using a lot of oils and stuff, these things can clog and contaminate the blood. So the CoQ10 helps the viscosity of the blood. Okay. And so if you do CoQ10, it helps the circulation, and it also helps to maintain the heartbeat. Also, when it comes to the heart, we as Africans in the diaspora, African Americans, or Africans all over the place, we deal with a lot of high blood pressure. A lot. What does it mean when your blood pressure is too high? It means that your heart is pumping really hard. So I'm going to start to clap. Normal blood pressure sounds like this. When you start to have food that is full of toxins, processed foods, it makes the heart start to beat harder and faster. As you can hear, your heart starts to beat like this, even if you're stressed. Now, as you sleep at night, your heart doesn't slow down. Can you imagine having high blood pressure 24 hours a day? That is high blood pressure. When the heart gets tired of pumping like that, that's when you have a stroke. That is the problem in our community. The high intakes of salt, the high intakes of sugar, they do the same thing by default. They rob the body of moisture. So you have to be very careful of what you are cooking with, how you're flavoring your foods. And some people say, well, you know what, Doc, I don't do the regular salt, but I do pink Himalayan salt. Can I do that? And I tell them, no, that is still sodium chloride. You cannot put sodium chloride inside your body because it robs the blood of moisture. It robs the skin of moisture. It makes the heart beat too fast. You want to make sure that there's a difference between sodium and sodium chloride. Sodium is naturally occurring inside the body. Sodium chloride is salt and bleach. So when you're using salt, and when you're using table salt, that's salt and bleach. So you are eroding the blood and the muscles and the tissues inside the body. So it's just having a little bit of understanding in science when it comes to your diet. Pardon me 1 second. You got to go all the way back to the beginning, please. You're way ahead of me. So when you're dealing with heart health, that is the physical side of it. That's the physical side. You got to go to the emotional side. You can be sick because of what you have put inside your body, but you can also be sick because you're in a bad relationship. And it will manifest itself the same. Having heartache for a long period of time can cause your heartbeat to race, can give you high blood pressure. Stress can give you a stroke. So as you can see, the heart has a holistic component. It's how you feel, the relationships that you have, and the foods that you're eating. These all play together. So remember, we're trying to do preventative health. We want to prevent things from happening. We don't want to wait. And I have to say, I have such a soft spot when it comes to the heart because I took care of my mama who had a stroke and I took care of her for 24 years. And I just tell our Black community, a lot of us know that we have high blood pressure and we don't do anything about it. And that's very scary to me because having a heart attack or a stroke is just 1 second away from you taking care of yourself to you never being able to take care of yourself again. And all you had to do was just to make certain changes. So I was telling you about calcium. Calcium is a mineral. When you're taking calcium, you hear these things called calcium and you think it's only something for the bones. And that's not how God created these natural things. Calcium can be used in many ways. So when you put something like a calcium inside your body, you think you might be working on your joints, but you actually could be strengthening the heart with that calcium. So just keep in mind, having heart health is also taking a multivitamin and mineral, plant-based, so that the body doesn't rob minerals from itself. Your body needs these vital things to pump. Your body needs vitamins and minerals to think. Your body needs vitamin and minerals to do all the things that you do in a day. So if it's not adequately inside of your diet, it's going to take it away from your structure, like your bones, like your heart, like your nerves. So, calcium, again, 1,500 milligrams to 2,000 milligrams. Magnesium, very important, 750 milligrams to 1,000 milligrams. And again, what these things do is they normalize the blood's thickness. When we put a lot of fried foods, sugars, salts, processed foods, it makes the blood too thick. And so the calcium actually helps the viscosity, which means it thins the blood and it strengthens the heart. You also want to make sure when you're taking CoQ10, you can take it in a liquid or pill form. It helps your circulation and it also helps to build healthy cells. Another good thing that we should be taking is selenium. 200 micrograms daily will help your heart and your circulation. But remember, everything that I'm naming does not work in isolation. You must take a multivitamin and mineral, then get you your CoQ10 and your seleniums, because these minerals work as a family. Calcium cannot be absorbed in the body without magnesium. So instead of you having 50,000 bottles in front of you, just to make sure that the singular minerals that you're taking are working, just take a multivitamin, plant-based, and then add selenium, the 200 micrograms daily to help your heart and your circulation. So if you have any questions, just let me know, because that's very important. When people tell you, just go get you some calcium. And if you're taking calcium and you don't have magnesium and 5 other minerals that calcium needs to be absorbed inside the body, you're not going to get the fullness of the calcium. So that you're just going to be taking these expensive products and you're going to be peeing them out. So let's talk about the herbs that help to strengthen the heart. You have black cohosh, you have butcher's broom, you have cayenne and garlic and horseradish. For myself, what I try to do is I try to cook with these things. Remember, your food should be your medicine, and your medicine should be your food. That's why I cook with cayenne pepper and garlic. I try to incorporate these things. Black cohosh, a lot of these herbs, you can cook with them. We just don't have the palate to think that they taste really good. But believe it or not, when you start doing things in a healthy way that builds the body, your body starts to want to crave it. At first, it'll say, "Oh, that don't taste good," because you're so used to the things you shouldn't be eating. But once you put in these natural things and you do it for a certain amount of time, then your body will crave the black cohosh, the cayenne peppers, the horseradishes, and the garlic. So we have to incorporate these things in our everyday diet. So not only are you eating something that's very tasty, you're actually healing your body as well. And in this case, this is the heart. But cayenne, these herbs that I'm naming, they are just not heart herbs. I teach a class in holistic health that was fashioned from Dr. Lila Africa. And I'm telling you, it's mind blowing. We colonize these herbs to say, oh, calcium only does this, or echinacea golden seal is only for colds and flu. That is not true. These things help many different conditions inside the body. Herbs are very intelligent. So when you take them, they go where they know they're needed. Once they get into the Nile River, the different parts of the body grabs them out of your circulation. Your liver might say, I need some of that. Your lungs might say, oh, yeah, I'm deficient in this. And they'll put in the blood, here's the toxins that I've been holding. So herbs are a very magical, spiritual thing. If you take them and you just say, please heal my body in whatever way it needs to be healed. So let's open our minds up a little bit more and take these herbs and supplements off the plantation. They can do more than one thing. And just because you take something for something specific, if the body says it needs that to go somewhere else, that's exactly where it's going to go. Now you have foods that are good for the heart. And I'm just giving you little tidbits, okay? Cabbage, dandelion greens, figs. These kind of things help to strengthen the heart. So again, you have supplementation, which is very good. You also have your foods that are helping your human body, your heart, and your circulation. And you also have your, like Brother Rojo was saying, meditation, your physical care with massage and exercise. We need all of these things. We need to live in a holistic environment so that we can heal the whole part of ourselves. Because I want to tell you something. There are some people that have come to me and they have had heart conditions, and they were vegans. They were vegetarians and their diet was really good. But guess what was going on? It was something going on in their personal life that trumped all the good food that they were choosing to put on their plate. So it's very important that we have checks and balances for all parts of our life on a daily basis. And I would like to say this: when you have decided to be stressed, you've made a decision to tell your body, I can't heal myself because I have to get my body out of stress. Because your digestion system, your immune system, your reproductive system, your excretory system, which gets rid of waste, it turns off like a light bulb the minute you decided to be in stress. So if you're under stress, the heart can't heal itself. The liver, the lungs, your circulation, these things can't heal itself because you've turned the healing system off. So I want to emphasize that we're talking about holistic living, holistic medicine, where yes, you do have to be accountable for what you choose to put on your plate and the combination in which you choose to do it. You have to bring knowledge to that, which I will talk about that. You have to be accountable for and check in with yourself. Some of you just do so much, you never check in and say, how am I really feeling? And when your body tells you that you're tired, do you push it and say, nope, you got to keep on going? Sometimes that's okay. But other times, if you do that so many times in a row, you are perpetuating a disease, dis-ease inside the body. So being a part of a holistic community, I would love to see us, when you ask somebody, how are they doing? Really care, because that's just as healing as saying, here, take some of my herbs. This will help you for this, or drink some of my juice. We need it all. Okay. So next, I am going to go over, and I'm going down the line, tips for mental wellness and stress management.